Welcome to your NFL Daily Brief, all the hits, none of the fluff. Like and subscribe to stay updated. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Bills score 16 unanswered late to shock Ravens. Jackson shoves fan in retaliation in Ravens loss. Parsons gets sack, brings heat in Packers debut. Steelers Rodgers shows Jets he still has it in win. Daboll noncommittal on Giants QB for Week 2. Titans can't capitalize on chances in Ward debut. Backup Tonges keys 49ers win after Kittle injury. Lions falter in opener, call issues correctable. Best of NFL Week 1 arrivals and tunnel fits. Answering the biggest questions of Week 1. What's more jarring, the Bills' comeback or Baltimore's collapse? Let's overreact to NFL Week 1. Which QB situations are most messy? Stafford, along with Calvin Johnson and Cooper Kupp, recalls incredible passes from the playmaker. Cleveland Browns fans know how to keep the faith. Ranking Week 1 fantasy football winners and losers and injury impacts from Sunday. Early game headlines, Fields-Wilson combo shines. NFL draft risers, questions and notes from Kiper, Miller and Reed. Early concerns around top QBs. 2026 NFL draft rankings, top prospects at every position from Miller, Reed and Yates. NFL's youngest head coach hopes to follow in his father's winning footsteps. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, Steelers virtual jab at Jets tops Week 1 NFL trolls. Betting buzz, Sunday underwhelming for sportsbooks, bettors. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. The Buffalo Bills achieved a remarkable comeback victory against the Baltimore Ravens, overcoming a 15-point deficit in the final 4 minutes.
Bills kicker Matt Prater, a recent addition to the team, promised quarterback Josh Allen he would give his all in the season opener.
Allen, the reigning National Football League most valuable player, led the Bills to a 41-40 win, securing the victory with a Prater field goal as time expired.
This win marks the first time in National Football League history a team has overcome such a large deficit in the final 4 minutes of a season opener.
Allen threw for 251 yards and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone, the most passing yards he has ever thrown in a single quarter.
He also rushed for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, a feat rarely seen in the National Football League.
The Bills extended their home win streak to 12 games and their turnover battle win streak to 23 games.
Prater, despite having limited practice with the team, successfully made all 3 of his field goal attempts.
Allen completed 33 of 46 passes for 394 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also rushed for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The Bills' defense struggled initially but managed to force key turnovers in the final minutes of the game.
Ravens running back Derrick Henry took responsibility for a crucial fumble in the fourth quarter.
The Bills, while celebrating the win, acknowledge they have much to improve upon as the season progresses.
During Sunday night as loss to the Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson shoved a fan who made contact with his helmet.
After Jackson threw a touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins, they celebrated near the front row of Highmark Stadium.
A fan in a Bills jersey hit Hopkins on the helmet and then did the same to Jackson.
Jackson reacted with a 2-handed push that sent the fan falling backward.
The fan was subsequently ejected from the stadium for this action.
Jackson explained that he reacted instinctively after being hit and addressed by the fan.
He acknowledged that he should have let security handle the situation.
Jackson stated that he learned from the incident and hopes it does not happen again.
He added that this incident will not deter him from celebrating near fans in the future.
Jackson expressed confidence in Ravens fans, stating he has never seen them behave in such a manner.
He affirmed his intention to continue celebrating touchdowns with his teammates near the fans.
The Ravens held a substantial lead after Hopkins' touchdown but ultimately lost the game.
Micah Parsons made a strong debut with the Green Bay Packers, despite some initial confusion.
He recorded his first sack with the team and was second in pressures, contributing significantly to their victory over the Detroit Lions.
Parsons achieved this in just 29 of the Packers' 65 defensive snaps, exceeding coach Matt LaFleur's expectations.
Quarterback Jordan Love praised Parsons' presence and the energy he brought to the team and the crowd.
For Parsons, this debut marked a relief after a challenging offseason involving contract negotiations and a trade.
He described the past 6 months as draining and toxic, expressing his frustration with the late trade.
Parsons humorously recounted arriving at the wrong end of the field during warm-ups, unfamiliar with the Cowboys' former location.
He also admitted to not knowing the Packers' defensive pregame handshake ritual.
Despite these initial hiccups, Parsons quickly adapted on the field, generating significant pressure on Lions quarterback Jared Goff.
His 3 pressures resulted in a loss, an interception, and ultimately his first sack as a Packer.
Parsons' presence allowed for strategic defensive adjustments, including the cheetah package featuring 3 fast pass rushers.
He reached a top speed of 18.47 miles per hour while securing his sack, his fastest speed recorded on any of his career sacks.
Aaron Rodgers led the Pittsburgh Steelers to a 34-32 victory over his former team, the New York Jets.
Rodgers, now 41, threw for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, proving his continued playing ability to those who doubted him.
He connected with Ben Skoranek for a touchdown on the Steelers' opening drive, setting the tone for the game.
This was the Steelers' first opening drive touchdown in Week 1 since 2008.
Rodgers expressed satisfaction with the win, particularly given his complicated departure from the Jets.
While he downplayed the significance of facing his former team during the week, he admitted post-game it was nice to beat them.
He emphasized his joy in winning against any opponent, but acknowledged the added meaning of this victory.
Rodgers received a mixed reception from the crowd, with some cheers and some boos.
He reconnected with several Jets staff members and players before and after the game.
He even threw the ball with a former Jets equipment staffer, Karen Patel, before the game.
Chris Boswell kicked a game-winning 60-yard field goal for the Steelers.
Jalen Ramsey secured the win with a crucial 4th down stop.
Rodgers reflected on his time with the Jets, stating he gave his all but it did not work out.
He is now focused on his new chapter with the Steelers and expressed happiness with the outcome of the game.
Giants coach Brian Daboll remained noncommittal on the team as starting quarterback for Week 2 following their loss to the Washington Commanders.
Russell Wilson, the Giants' new quarterback, struggled in his debut, completing only 17 of 37 passes for 168 yards.
He was particularly ineffective under pressure, completing just 2 of 12 passes for 26 yards when facing pressure from the Commanders.
Daboll was repeatedly questioned about the possibility of starting first-round pick Jackson Dart in Week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys but offered no definitive answer.
While Daboll expressed confidence in Wilson, he acknowledged the need for improvement from the entire team, including coaches and players.
Wilson took responsibility for the team's struggles in the red zone, citing their inability to convert opportunities into touchdowns.
The Giants signed Wilson to a 1-year deal in the offseason, but his performance in the opening game has raised questions about his long-term future with the team.
Dart served as the backup quarterback ahead of veteran Jameis Winston, indicating that he has earned the coaching staff's trust.
Daboll confirmed that Dart had earned the backup role, but neither Dart nor Winston was available for comment after the game.
The Giants had designed a specific package of plays for Dart, but it was not utilized during the game, leaving Wilson to play all 62 offensive snaps.
Despite the pressure of having Dart as a potential replacement, Wilson maintained that he is focused on what he can control and believes the team competed hard.
The Giants' offensive struggles mirrored their performance in the previous 2 seasons, raising concerns about their ability to improve.
Daboll emphasized the need for collective improvement on offense, acknowledging that their 6-point performance was simply not good enough. Cam Ward struggled in his debut as the Tennessee Titans lost to the Denver Broncos despite forcing 4 turnovers.
The Titans only managed 2 field goals from those turnovers, leading to frustration for Ward and the team.
The first turnover, an interception by Roger McCreary, resulted in a fumble by Tony Pollard for the Titans.
A strip sack by Jeffrey Simmons, recovered by Sebastian Joseph Day, led to another field goal.
Xavier Woods also intercepted Bo Nix, setting up a 3rd field goal for the Titans.
Ward completed 12 of 28 passes for 112 yards, with several dropped passes by his receivers.
A muffed punt recovery gave the Titans excellent field position, but sacks on Ward forced a punt.
Denver coach Sean Payton acknowledged the effectiveness of their pass rush, especially when the Titans became one-dimensional.
Ward took responsibility for the sacks, stating the need to get the ball out quicker.
He emphasized the importance of situational awareness and avoiding negative plays in field goal range.
Ward said that sometimes the best decision would be to throw the ball away in those situations.
The Titans will look to rebound next week in their home opener against the Los Angeles Rams.
3rd-string tight end Jake Tonges caught the game-winning touchdown for the San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday.
Tonges, who had never caught a pass in a regular-season National Football League game, stepped up after George Kittle left the game with a hamstring injury.
Kittle will undergo a magnetic resonance imaging scan to assess the severity of the injury.
With the 49ers trailing by 3 points late in the 4th quarter, quarterback Brock Purdy connected with Tonges for the winning score.
Tonges made a contested catch in the end zone, securing the ball despite tight coverage from Seattle cornerback Rick Woolen.
The touchdown catch was Tonges' first game-winning touchdown of his career.
The 49ers had planned to heavily involve Kittle in their offensive game plan.
Kittle had 4 touchdown catches in his previous 3 games in Seattle before his injury.
After Kittle left the game, the 49ers had to rely on Tonges and Luke Farrell at the tight end position.
Head coach Kyle Shanahan praised Tonges for stepping up in Kittle's absence.
Wide receiver Jawan Jennings also left the game with a shoulder injury and will undergo further imaging.
The 49ers are already dealing with injuries to other receivers, including Brandon Ayuk and a suspension for Demarcus Robinson.
Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell believes the issues that led to their opening loss against the Green Bay Packers are correctable.
The Lions suffered a 27-13 defeat, ending their 3-game winning streak at Lambeau Field.
Detroit is coming off a season where they led the league in points per game, averaging 33.2 points.
However, in this game, their offense failed to score a touchdown through 3 quarters.
Coach Campbell expressed disappointment in the team's performance, stating it was not as clean as expected.
He emphasized the importance of correcting these mistakes and hitting them head-on.
The Lions struggled on both sides of the ball from the start, trailing 17-3 at halftime.
They averaged only 3.8 yards per play, their second lowest average under Campbell since 2021.
Quarterback Jared Goff was sacked 4 times and threw for 225 yards, with 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
His lone touchdown pass came in the final minute of the 4th quarter to rookie receiver Isaac Tesla.
Running back Jahmyr Gibbs struggled as well, gaining only 50 yards on 19 touches.
Despite the disappointing start, the team remains confident they can improve and bounce back in Week 2 against the Chicago Bears.
Dan Graziano discusses with Travis Hunter about playing both offense and defense in the National Football League.
The pregame tunnel serves as a platform for National Football League stars to showcase their style.
Players have displayed various fashion choices, from tailored suits to casual attire.
Accessories such as jewelry and bags also played a significant role in their pregame looks.
Some players opted for classic suits, while others chose more relaxed outfits.
Here are some of the notable arrivals from Week 1 of the National Football League season.
A Buffalo Bills player was seen wearing a buffalo wing necklace.
Western-inspired outfits were a popular choice among players.
Jacksonville Jaguars rookie Travis Hunter debuted a new haircut before his first National Football League game.
Many players showcased their personal style in various ways.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers shared a picture with the caption "Let us go Buccaneers."
The New England Patriots and New York Giants also shared photos of their players arriving for their games.
The Eagles held off the Cowboys in a season opener marked by a lightning delay and Jalen Carter's ejection.
The Chargers secured a close victory against the Chiefs in Sao Paulo.
Colts quarterback Daniel Jones led his team to a decisive win over the Dolphins with 3 touchdowns.
Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers narrowly defeated Justin Fields and the Jets.
The Packers, with Micah Parsons making his debut, dominated the Lions.
The 49ers mounted a comeback to defeat the Seahawks with a late touchdown.
Josh Allen led the Bills to a thrilling comeback victory over the Ravens.
Despite defensive struggles, Allen delivered an MVP-caliber performance with 394 passing yards and 4 total touchdowns.
The Ravens suffered their worst collapse under Lamar Jackson, surrendering a significant lead late in the game.
DeAndre Hopkins made a memorable Ravens debut with a one-handed touchdown catch.
The Broncos secured a win, but their offense appeared disjointed, raising concerns about their playoff potential.
Bo Nix struggled with turnovers and faced consistent pressure from the Titans' defense.
The Kansas City Chiefs' loss to the Chargers raises questions about their dominance in the AFC West.
Despite their Super Bowl appearance last season, the Chiefs' offense struggled without Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice.
While it is an overreaction to write them off after one game, the Chargers look strong and pose a serious threat.
The Miami Dolphins' dismal performance against the Colts has some predicting a top draft pick in 2026.
Tua Tagovailoa's struggles and a weakened defense contributed to their substantial loss.
While it is too early to definitively say they will be drafting first, their performance warrants concern.
There is speculation that Jackson Dart may replace Russell Wilson as the Giants' starting quarterback soon.
Wilson's struggles against the Commanders, coupled with Dart's preseason success, fueled this speculation.
Although the Giants' coaching staff is cautious, Dart's potential starting role is not an overreaction.
The Pittsburgh Steelers' offensive performance against the Jets has sparked optimism for their playoff prospects.
Aaron Rodgers' debut with 4 touchdown passes was impressive, but their win relied on a last-minute field goal.
It is an overreaction to declare their offense playoff-ready based on one game with fortunate circumstances.
The Green Bay Packers' dominant win over the Lions positions them as a strong contender in the NFC. Matthew Stafford recently joined an exclusive group of quarterbacks by surpassing 60,000 career passing yards.
He achieved this milestone during a game against the Houston Texans, becoming the 9th quarterback in National Football League history to reach this mark.
Stafford tied Matt Ryan for the second fastest to reach 60,000 passing yards, trailing only Drew Brees.
Former teammate Calvin Johnson praised Stafford, emphasizing his arm talent and accuracy.
Johnson highlighted Stafford's ability to make every throw and his intelligence in reading defenses.
Among Stafford's memorable passes is a 75-yard touchdown pass to Johnson early in his career.
Another memorable pass was a 40-yard completion to Chris Durham against the Dallas Cowboys.
Stafford also set the Detroit Lions passing touchdown record with a long pass to Golden Tate in London.
Cooper Kupp had a historic season with Stafford, culminating in a Super Bowl victory.
Kupp recalled a crucial playoff pass from Stafford against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, highlighting Stafford's ability to anticipate and deliver under pressure.
Another significant pass was a no-look pass to Kupp in Super Bowl 56, which helped secure the Rams their first championship since 1999.
These plays illustrate Stafford's talent and his impact on the wide receivers he has played with.
Cleveland Browns fans gather hours before gates open, even in inclement weather, demonstrating unwavering dedication.
This dedicated fan base represents a diverse mix of people united by their shared passion for the team.
The atmosphere at the training facility is a blend of Midwest County Fair and Revival meeting, reflecting the intensity of their fandom.
Vendors like Big D, selling Browns merchandise for decades, highlight the economic impact of the team on local families.
The Cleveland Browns are deeply ingrained in the city's history and hold significant importance for its residents.
Despite the team's struggles, fans remain loyal, a testament to their unwavering support.
The Browns have been pro football's worst team for over 3 decades, a source of frustration for fans.
The acquisition of Deshaun Watson, despite controversy and on-field struggles, further tested fans' loyalty.
The proposed move to Brook Park and the request for public funding have created division among fans and city officials.
Some fans support the move while others express concerns about the financial burden on taxpayers.
The team emphasizes its commitment to fans and the community, but recent decisions have strained that relationship.
The Browns are focusing on winning as a key organizational pillar, hoping to reward their dedicated fans.
Week 1 of the 2025 fantasy football season delivered mixed results, with rookies shining and top players underperforming.
Let us analyze the notable winners and losers, along with key injury updates.
Emeka Egbuka impressed in his debut, scoring 23.6 PPR fantasy points, the most by a rookie wide receiver since 2019.
Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson both exceeded 20 points against a tough Pittsburgh defense.
Daniel Jones had a stellar performance, scoring 29.48 points, showcasing his dual-threat abilities.
Aaron Rodgers had a strong start with the Steelers, throwing 4 touchdowns and scoring 25.66 fantasy points.
Justin Herbert performed well in the Chargers' upset win, throwing 34 passes and scoring 27.92 fantasy points.
Christian McCaffrey overcame injury concerns to deliver 23.2 points with 31 touches.
Joe Burrow and his receivers struggled against the Browns' defense, scoring significantly fewer fantasy points than expected.
The Detroit Lions' offense disappointed, with key players like Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown underperforming.
A.J. Brown was a non-factor in the Eagles' win, catching only 1 pass for 8 yards.
Tyreek Hill had a quiet game with only 8.0 points due to Tua Tagovailoa's struggles.
Brock Bowers scored 15.3 points before leaving the game with a knee injury, leaving his status uncertain.
George Kittle left the game with a hamstring injury after scoring 12.5 points, creating potential opportunities for Jake Tonges.
Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson, former Ohio State teammates, showed a strong connection in the Jets' opening game against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
While Fields had a good rushing performance with 2 touchdowns, his passing connection with Wilson was the highlight.
Wilson caught 7 of 9 targets for 95 yards and a touchdown, primarily against cornerback Jalen Ramsey.
Despite a late incompletion forced by Ramsey, the Fields-Wilson connection appears promising for fantasy football.
They are expected to be key players when the Jets face the Bills in Week 2.
Justin Fields is currently the top fantasy scorer after the early games.
Several players are returning from injuries this season, including Matthew Stafford and Christian McCaffrey.
Stafford is expected to start for the Rams despite previous back soreness.
McCaffrey was initially cleared to play without restrictions but was later listed as limited with a calf issue.
Rookie Quinshon Judkins signed with the Cleveland Browns and has the potential to become a significant contributor.
Javonte Williams had a strong showing in the Cowboys' season opener, while A.J. Brown had a surprisingly quiet game for the Eagles.
These early game performances will have significant impacts on fantasy football rosters.
Week 2 of the 2025 college football season saw upsets, including number 15 Michigan losing to number 18 Oklahoma.
Meanwhile, the NFL season is starting, but draft analysts are already looking ahead to the 2026 draft.
Analysts Mel Kiper Jr., Matt Miller, and Jordan Reed are evaluating prospects and sharing their insights.
Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer impressed with his arm strength and mobility against Michigan.
Mateer is rising in draft boards and could be a first-round pick if he continues to perform well.
Arch Manning has shown potential but needs to improve his mechanics and consistency.
Lenoris Sellers and Cade Klubnik, potential first-round quarterbacks, need to improve their passing accuracy.
LSU cornerback Mansour Dellin has impressed with his coverage skills and ball-hawking ability.
Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza is showing promise with his arm talent and size.
Oregon quarterback Dante Moore is playing well but will face tougher competition soon.
Ohio State safety Caleb Downs is a versatile defender with comparisons to Kyle Hamilton.
Mel Kiper Jr. believes Arch Manning will likely return to school for another year.
NFL draft analysts Jordan Reed, Matt Miller, and Field Yates have released their 2026 draft prospect rankings.
These rankings offer an early look at potential top picks across all positions, including quarterback, running back, and wide receiver.
Lenoris Sellers is the consensus top quarterback prospect according to all three analysts.
At running back, Jeremiah Love leads the pack, while Jordan Tyson tops the wide receiver list.
The analysts also ranked offensive and defensive linemen, cornerbacks, and safeties.
Spencer Fano is the top offensive tackle, and Peter Woods leads the defensive tackles.
There is a consensus top 10 overall ranking based on the average rankings from the three analysts.
This provides an interesting overview of the top prospects for the 2026 NFL Draft.
Some prospects are listed at different positions by different analysts, reflecting varying evaluations.
The individual rankings were last updated between August 30th and September 4th.
These early rankings offer a glimpse into the future of the NFL.
They are subject to change as the college football season progresses and players develop.
Kellen Moore, the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints, grew up watching his father coach high school football to multiple championships.
He learned valuable lessons from his father about organization, efficiency, and the importance of a well-structured practice.
Moore is now the youngest active head coach in the National Football League.
He hopes to revitalize the Saints' offense and lead the team back to the postseason.
The Saints struggled with injuries during the 2024 season, a key factor in their disappointing record.
To address this, Moore brought in Ted Rath to oversee player performance and implement a data-driven approach to training camp.
This strategy focused on balancing intense training with adequate recovery, earning praise from players.
Moore also incorporated officials and television timeouts into practices to simulate game conditions.
Moore is known for his exceptional memory and ability to recall plays, a skill that contributed to his success as a quarterback.
He believes in clear communication and consistent expectations for his players.
Moore emphasizes a collaborative approach and values both joy and toughness in his coaching philosophy.
He faced an unexpected challenge when quarterback Derek Carr retired due to injury.
Moore chose Spencer Rattler over rookie Tyler Shaw to lead the team at quarterback.
He aims to build upon the lessons he learned from his father and bring the Saints back to playoff contention.
Aaron Rodgers led the Steelers to victory against his former team, the New York Jets, in Week 1 of the National Football League season.
The Steelers' kicker, Chris Boswell, secured the win with a 60-yard field goal in the final moments of the game.
Rodgers threw for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns in the 34-32 victory.
The Steelers celebrated their win with some playful online posts directed at the Jets.
One post referenced a viral advertisement from a British holiday package provider.
Another post depicted turning off airplane mode on an iPhone, a subtle jab at the Jets.
The Bengals also secured a Week 1 victory against the Browns, their first since 2021.
Evan McPherson made the winning field goal in the third quarter, securing the Bengals' bragging rights in Ohio.
The Raiders had a strong defensive performance against the Patriots, allowing only 13 points.
Ashton Jeanty scored a rushing touchdown in his debut, the first Raiders rookie running back to do so since Josh Jacobs in 2019.
The Commanders defeated the Giants with Jaden Daniels performing well, passing for 301 total yards and 1 touchdown.
The Commanders' social media team referenced a viral moment from the United States Open in a post about their win.
The betting public often favors overs in National Football League games, but this week they focused on the under in the Pittsburgh Steelers vs. New York Jets game.
This game had the lowest total of the week at 38.5 points, yet it was the only afternoon game to go over, finishing with a 36-34 Steelers victory.
All other 11 afternoon games went under, almost tying the record of 12 unders in a single day.
The Sunday night game between the Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills had a much higher over-under of 50.5 points.
Many offensive stars underperformed, leading to losses on touchdown scorer bets and parlays.
Week 1 also saw 8 games with point spreads under 3 points, the most for an opening week in the Super Bowl era.
Favorites went 11-3 straight up and 7-7 against the spread before the Sunday night game.
Caesars Sportsbook noted the strong performance of favorites continued from the 2024 season.
The numerous unders helped sportsbooks avoid a potentially large payout to bettors.
The Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas reported a strong start to Sunday, but the afternoon games favored the bettors.
They hope a Buffalo Bills win in the Sunday night game would recoup some of their losses.
An interesting note, 24 entries in the Circa Survivor contest, with a $1,000 buy-in, were eliminated for failing to submit their picks before the Week 1 deadline.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.